Hello, my name is Rasa. I'm certified open yoga teacher. And all this material is for the site yogaopenyoga.com, where we can learn yoga from very basics, and we have developed the site for those people who want to learn. And today we have quite a difficult topic to discuss. And we could say, if we want to just invent a very interesting name for this class, it would be Dharma, or the guardian of happiness. What this mystical Dharma is, for those who have been with us during all these lessons and have passed quite many tests before, might have noticed this term from time to time, but without much explaining, because as much as possible in open yoga we try to avoid Sanskrit or terms that are difficult to understand. We use simple language for people to kind of get the first notion of yoga, in order to kind of step by step be able to acquire more and more knowledge. And as you know, the first and the second principle of yoga, we kind of have to invent this term in our understanding. However, we met with this term along with the first principle of yoga. That sounds that we should do maximum not to harm any living being unless there is not such a chance, or there is an emergency, and in case we are unable to do no harm, we should follow our dharma. A lot of times this term is translated as the duty, and a lot of people might probably not be aware what does it mean, because dharma has many meanings and many definitions, and one of them is the life path, or path of the life, also duty, the profession, and many other more. And we can understand this term only when we are kind of more in with the understanding of the context of the text. But for this time, we take dharma more as the path of the life or the duty. And probably further on we will be more using, instead of dharma, the duty or the path of the life. Here today, more about the path. We all want to have maximum joy and the least possible suffering. We would like to spend all our life in a joy, dancing, singing, having fun, and not that much of work probably. However, other people have seen their life path through the work, and it has given them a lot of joy and success. So, what does yoga say about this, our intention to be happy and to form the foundation of happiness? Then yoga invites us to search for this way. It's saying that there is a way, and it's somewhere between the first principle and the second principle. Some people might have noticed that the first principle is all about the kindness, and the second principle is about the efficiency. And they there can be some contradictions for some people in finding this path. And yoga says that the better is your karma, the wider there is this path between the first and the second principle, the more kind of freedom of choice you have. Otherwise, you might be left a narrow path, but still there's always a path where you can find maximum happiness and minimum suffering. And the fact how much happiness you have is based on your good deeds or good work that you have done before, and the negative consequences depend on your negative deeds or work you have done before. Yoga also invites us to find this dharma, and our guides or the pointers in this direction are the yoga principles, and thereby we work with this kind of searching what we do and what everybody kind of invites us to do at school, in a family, in a society. Find your way of life, how you will live, how you will but most probably they will be, you have to find a way to earn the maximum amount of money you can. There are a lot of kind of things we could discuss about the money and the profession, but more or less it's good. Of course, we come also in yoga to use these notions of the first and the second principle. Earning money is nothing bad. You have to learn to do it and you have to succeed in it. But you have to be effective, and the same you have to be kind. Thereby, each of us has own dharma, as we have had the prehistory, and thereby we can take the life story of one yogi, read it, and say, now I'll do like this yogi did. That 10 years he spent in this region, then he went to find a teacher for 5 years, or I'm going to find the same teacher or something that is the person, I will find the person who decided to take the dharma of that teacher. Doesn't sound very logical, and yoga is about the logic. So we have to know that we have to find it. Finding it fastly, it is very great success, as yoga says. There are some tricky moments that dharma might change, like for example the profession. Imagine there was the doctor, and then the doctor decided to become a photographer, or there was a teacher and the teacher decided to become a scientist. Thereby it is very interesting how life can play many different sides and turns, and there's this concept that if you are taking the place of somebody else, you are causing yourself bigger suffering, and you are not letting this person to take the position, and not using your chances to develop and grow. Thereby, even though we find ourselves for some period of time of our life happily in one position, it doesn't mean that it will stay this forever, especially in this time when things are changing pretty fast. And also the way you feel, how happy you are, or how much problems are in your life are telling a lot about your karma. The easier it's for you to find the path, this wide path between the first two principles, the better. And when you will start understanding the first and the second principle, it will be easy for you to understand the dharma, and vice versa. If you start understanding or feeling by intuition that this is your dharma, you will be very good at understanding the first and the second principle. I know it's confusing. Read the text. Try to pass the test. If you don't succeed at the first time, do it for the second time. And we meet again very soon to discuss this in more detail. But you have to pass the test in order to have the access to more materials. This means some learning process. Thumbs up, good luck, and see ya.